Hello. I'm going to wait to see if anybody comes into the room. It is very late, I know. My intention was to do this far earlier in the evening. That was my plan, and lots of things got in the way. So here I am. As my mother said on the New Year's, well, actually, New Year's Day, after I had been out. Hi, how are you? As my mother said on the New Year's Day after I had been out overnight because the guys at the party that I went to were too drunk. Yeah, here I am, Myra, to take us home. So we wound up sleeping over at the house where the party was. And I came home in the middle of the day on New Year's Day. As my mother said then, better late than never. So I have to say the same thing to you. Okay, I went for the CAT scan today, and they scanned much of my body. I was nervous, and hi, Sandra. And I then had my appointment with the doctor, and I must say, I am delighted to say that the minute the doctor walked in the room, she said to me, "The scan looks good." So that was really wonderful news, and I am happy to report it. Um, so I said, "Oh, that is wonderful." So I said, "Now I just hope the next one is the same." And she said, "One scan at a time." So I have to go back in 4 months. I have an appointment scheduled already. It is great news. I know, I'm thrilled. I have an appointment already for April 11th, and I will have to go for my next scan. But it was just terrific news. I am relieved, to say the very least. I hope that the rest of it, thank you so much, Carol. It is really exciting news. It gives me hope that maybe I can have long-term remission with this, the start of a new year exactly, and maybe the start of a whole new life. So we'll see how that works out. Um, I'm just, I am relieved. It's funny though, because my walking is just so bad. I had said to her at one point, I said, "Is this likely to get better?" And she said to me that it may or it may not, but I do have a prescription to get physical therapy. I'm going to start that. I have an appointment set up to meet with oh, thanks. Um, I have an appointment to meet with, what do they call, a lymphedema specialist on January 17th. Thanks, Susan. And what else do I have set up? They want me to get one of those stockings, though I'm not quite sure I'll be able to figure out how to get it on since I can barely get normal stockings on my right leg. It's still hard for me to bend it. And I walk really strangely, especially after I get stiff. Yes, everything is falling into place. And I have my date tomorrow morning at 10:30. I'm meeting him. I have heard from several other people on the site, and one was absolutely charming. There was a guy who wrote to me and said that he saw me at physical therapy. Definitely will help. I'm sure it will. This guy said to me that he saw me as the star of a Hallmark Christmas movie, and he said where, I forgot how he put it, but something about falling in love and everything working out perfectly and with a happy ending. And I thought, what a lovely, lovely comment to make. It was just really charming. So, yeah, I mean, it was just nice. It was just really pleasant. And yeah, most of everything today was good. I also went to see my client, though I walked a little. My gait was a little bit like a fragmented Frankenstein when he first got off the table. You know, I sort of walked. It was a little bit scary. It was almost as if I had, God forgive me, MS or something scary because I don't feel like I have control of that leg. Oh, I did ask her about the pain medication, and she told me that she would prefer that I just take Tylenol, and but she told me that she would write me a prescription if I need it for the others. But she told me that to try to just take the Tylenol. And what else did she say? You ordered from Hote. I'm really glad that you did. I think, yeah, I need to strengthen the leg. There's no question about that. And I need to get that swelling down. Yeah, she said, I asked her how many lymph nodes were taken out with the surgery. She said they didn't count them. She said, but whatever was involved she said there are a lot of lymph nodes in that area, and whatever was involved in the tumor because of its location all went. So, it hurts. I can't lie to you. It hurts. And I want to feel some semblance of normal. I'm not asking for totally normal. And I'm sure that if my brother with the sense of humor was sitting here next to me, he would say, when will you ever normal? So there is that aspect of it as well. But I want me back. I really want me back. I've been missing me a lot. I really have. And I did ask her also because I am sort of swollen. That whole area where your appendix is, that whole lower right quadrant. Yeah, I have to. And I have to be careful about the Tylenol too, because you don't want to be taking too much of that. So that is an issue as well. Um, Actually, mine is, hi, Renee. My phone was ringing in the other room, but I'm not going to. No, it's not David. No, I spoke to David already. I spoke to David quite a bit, actually. So, good thing I adore him. It really is. Um, so, temporarily, you're talking about for the pain meds. Yeah. I know I have to do something to make it viable for me to do what I need to do. No, Myra, unfortunately, I do not feel the tiniest bit better about him because the situation is such that it appears that neither he nor I have a great deal of control over it. At the moment, he does not. He probably wonders why any of you do. He does not find me all that interesting. It is, it is really great news. And I mean, I guess he finds me interesting on some level. I think he probably thinks his mothers go, I'm not so terrible. But, you know, I wish things were different. I wish I could just sprinkle fairy dust or wave my magic wand and make his world, my world, and every one of your worlds just perfect. I really wish that I could do that. Yeah, he definitely does not want me getting upset, and he knows that I get upset, and he knows I get upset because I care, and it is what it is. But as I mentioned to a very dear person to us all a little bit earlier, sometimes talking to him is like talking to a tree. So it makes it just a little bit harder. I feel as if there's sap there. But this too shall pass, and I'm going to say my prayers about it tonight for sure. And I know that we're going to have help. Absolutely true. Yes, absolutely true. It's all, listen, it's all, in the end, it's all gonna be good because once again, the experiences that we go through on this journey are not all fun. Some of them are really tough, and some of them you would like not to go through a second time. I have to tell you, going back to my appointment today again for a minute, my neighbor is such a wonderful, wonderful person. She really is. She's so good and she's so helpful. Yes, it does make us who we are. And she just, if I need help, she'll help. And she went with me, and having her there made me feel so much better. Just knowing, I mean, I'm grateful that the news was good news. If God forbid it were not good news, I would have needed to hear that. But yes, yes, our children do think that we're strange. And when they reach a certain age, they also think that we're not too bright. Hopefully, they get old enough to figure out that we were a little smarter than they thought we were. So that part of it is okay. And it's, it's like David said to me today, because I was talking about him, and he said, I absolutely agree with you. He said, but it's like I tell my kids, life's not fair. And that's the truth. Life's not fair. Sometimes, you know, how do I say this in a nice way? Because somebody had said it to me in a not so, that sometimes life can be a big, um, let me say it nicely, a big turd sandwich. And sometimes you just have to take a big bite. It just is what it is. Life is not perfect. And we have to go through the valleys, I guess, to appreciate when we come out on the other side, when we have the sun shining and when we get to climb the mountains. So I have to trust in the wisdom of it and just let it be. It's very, very hard not to have the ability to take care of the situation when you love somebody and you want to make it better. It's very hard not to have the capacity to make it better. But you know something, in truth, I think I probably made it better in some way anyway. He knows. He knows how I feel. He knows that I'm there for him. He knows that I support him and I care very much. So the fruit grows in the valley. Oh, there you go. Son of a gun. I'd like a great big watermelon right about now, and I'd like to crush it on somebody's head. So I think that's as vicious and as volatile as I get, because it's definitely not who I am. But boy, oh boy, when Mama Bear comes out, it's definitely a different Jerry than the one that I know. So that is what it is. Um, so I've got tomorrow. I've got that breakfast date. I have an appointment tomorrow with a client for a little bit. Not any big deal. It's a rental kind of thing. And Thursday I've got lunch again, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to set up my first appointment as soon as I can for physical therapy and get that started. It is extremely difficult, Myra, to see our kids get hurt. It really is. It is a start, and I need to start somewhere. And I need to, it's kind of like everything else in life. And I can say it, I can say it literally, and I can also say it, just, um, I just have to put one foot in front of the other. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the best I can, and that's all I can do. And had I not, yes, I will definitely let you know about the date. Had I not worried last night about David before I went to sleep. I fell asleep relatively okay, but I woke up not too long after that, gasping for breath, and that is a horrible feeling. It when you're plotzing. Um, it really is a horrible feeling to wake up that way. I had a terrible night's sleep. I kept falling asleep and then waking up. I don't think I slept. At one point, I slept 2 hours, but most of it was like an hour at a time, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And I knew I had the appointment this morning and I had a lot of things to do in the morning before that. So I was a little bit concerned. Tell them what plotzing means. I'm dying. I'm collapsing. How else would you take plotzing? Um, yeah, hi, Kathy. So, uh, I don't know. As I say though, today is a day of gratitude. It absolutely is. I had a feeling that it was going to be a good report, but I was so afraid to think it, lest I be disappointed. Oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I am, I'm very, very happy. Yeah, I didn't mean dying, dropping dead. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's good. I'm not going to complain, and I want to see where tomorrow takes me and the next day takes me. Although I have to tell you a little side note, my two new phones, I hate them both. I absolutely hate them both. There is a very bizarre thing that happens with the new phones. My results were wonderful, Kathy. Yes, I the scan came out great. The doctor walked in the room and she said the scan looks good. I was just so pleased. So one day at a time, exactly. I just I was thinking, by the way, about tomorrow. Somebody said to me, "Well, at least you'll get a free breakfast." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Come to think of it, he'd better be paying for breakfast because if he asks me to chip in, it'll be our last date because I'm still old fashioned. I guess I figure if you invite me for a meal, you're going to pay for it." I would think so. I asked for a care package to go. It's only breakfast, Sandy. How much can I take? But it will be nice. My neighbor took me today. She took me today, and she has been absolutely wonderful to me. She's a very lovely, caring person. She is going to be gone for a few weeks, and I'm going to really sorely miss her. It's going to be very strange with her not being there. So I've got a good few weeks kind of left to my own devices. So I think a couple of bagels, you're bad. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be here. Well, I won't be alone totally for the holidays. Linda invited me over for Christmas, and I will go if she's well. Right now, she's got a bad cold, but um, I will not be seeing David anytime soon. I will be happy if I can at least talk to him. Oh, why do I hate the phones? Okay. Every time I try to write anything on the phone, this intelligent thing where, it figures out what the word should be, it must be a foreign language because none of them are normal words. It's nothing like the old phone. It's stupid. They call them a smartphone. It's a stupid phone. And I don't understand how that works. So now I'm trying to dictate them more in the hopes. Okay, let me give you an idea. I had typed something earlier and I said it was something about David. And the way it came out, according to autocorrect, was Dave, Dave, space it. What? It's the old phone was so much smarter. So Um, I am just absolutely thrilled that the results were great. The phone is frustrating on another level, and I can't seem to pair it with my home phone because my old phones were paired with my home phone. Every time I try to turn Bluetooth on and have them locate each other, it keeps giving me a failed message, so it doesn't work on that level. I hear garbled speech with the case on the phone, so I can't have it without the case. With the case on, it sounds like I'm a deaf person, and I keep having to ask people to repeat what they're saying, so it's frustrating, and it's just plain not fun. On the Sage it. That's really funny. On the plus side, it does appear to make nice videos. The videos are clearer, and thank God, poo poo poo, I seem to be staying on the router seems to be working better so far. So I can stay on the network more of the time. So I'm grateful for that part of it. So I guess it's like life, some pluses, some minuses. So we'll see with the rest of it. But it is what it is. Um, my mouth is so dry. Of course, I came home and I was still really kind of upset with the other stuff. The one that gets hot actually hasn't been getting hot so much lately. The one that gets hot is this one. This is the XS, and what I had read on online, what I actually saw on a YouTube video was that if you have a number of open windows on it, they run in the background, and it's using a lot of its battery life. And it was so you have to actually get rid of those pages. I didn't even know you could do that. I never did that on my old phones. Does anybody do that? After you've looked at a number of different pages, just get rid of them? You just take them off and delete them? I never did that before. But I found once I did that on the new phone, that really worked. So it made a big difference. Now, the only time that it really seems to get really hot, it not really hot, but sort of hot, is when it's charging. So if that's the worst of it, that'll be just fine. I think if I can get headphones, maybe that will solve the problem. Clear the history on the phone? How do you clear the history on the phone? I have no idea. But getting rid of those pages. Oh, another thing, it said that you have a lot of apps that run in the background. So don't let the apps run in the background. Don't let them update on a regular basis because that's one of the options. If you let them update, it looks for that. And also make sure, if you want to keep your battery life good, make sure that when you're getting your emails sent, that you have it on fetch and you do it like every 15 minutes so that it's not doing it constantly. And by doing it constantly, it's not also using a lot of battery. So I've done those things, and as I say, it is not running as hot now. So because I couldn't get over there, I never did change the phone. So I have the XS. This is going to be it. They have to last. Of course, I like the way my old ones sounded better, and I think they were much smarter, but I'll get used to it. Well, I have it actually on update, as an automatic thing. It lets me know when it's going to update, but I do have it on that because the guy had suggested it to me, so I let it be for now and see how that works. So I mean, the phones, I guess, are not terrible. They're really not. But I am a creature of habit. And what I had worked, well, I was going to say it worked well, except for the fact that it wouldn't hold a charge for more than 2 hours. And I couldn't update it because I didn't have enough memory left on the phone to do an update, so I had it on an older system, which meant that there were a lot of apps that I couldn't use because they worked on newer systems. So that was a bit of an issue for me. There was an app that was recommended to me that I download, and I did, and I forgot what it is now. So I'll tell you hopefully the next time I come on. You double click and sweep upward to open windows. I sweep upward to get rid of the windows. I sweep all the way up to the top and get rid of the windows. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, on this one, there's no, the only double click that is involved here is when you, yeah, the double click is what I do when I want to get an app, and it's already done the face recognition, so it will ask me, I guess as a fail-safe, to double click on it if I want to download the app, and that's what I have done. And as I say, there was one app that I did download that was recommended, but I don't remember right at the moment what it was, so I will try to recall that and tell it to you the next time that I see you. God, I'm saying a lot. I have got to get a haircut. I really need to get that done. My dogs need to get a haircut or grooming. I need to get that done as well. So I will take care of that. That's definitely going to happen. How is everybody doing today? Sandy, what did you wind up getting on Look? A time tomorrow? I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I have as I say, the morning appointment. Then I have to go see my client, and I'm not sure what happens after that. I have also got to get work done here. Oh, okay, that's good. The BB cream and the $10 foundation. That's good. Of course you do. I don't think there's going to be anything all that exciting to report, but I hope. Oh, yeah, well, the date is in the morning, so I really could do it anytime. I was planning to come to you much earlier tonight. The reason it's so late is because David called. If you are living through me, Kathy, that's really sad because I don't have much of a life. So I think you need to find a better source. Snap a picture. I can't do that. But I will definitely let you know how it goes. He seems like a decent enough person. I don't know. And I can usually carry on a conversation, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Um, I don't know. I'm really liking the imagination of the guy who contacted me today. I'm going to have to read you what he wrote because it was just so lovely. Actually, I oh, this one? I don't remember how old this one is. He's younger than the 83-year-old guy, I'll tell you that. I just don't remember how old he is. Because the guys who have been contacting me so far on the low end have been 51, and on the high end, 80 something. I don't think the 90-year-old got in touch with me. Oh, that's hilarious. That is really hilarious. Okay, I'm going to try to bear with me for just a minute, because I'm going to try to find this thing that he wrote to me because I thought it was so special. So just bear with me for a minute. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I have to sign in, so give me just a minute. Okay, let's see. Okay. He wrote, "Hello. I've got you cast and starring in a Hallmark Christmas holiday movie special. Every film I see, it's about the younger generation. It's about time ours is heard. We earned it, don't you think? The lead actress, that's you in these movies, always finds love and there's always a happy ending. Now, quiet on the set. LOL. My best for a happy and peaceful Christmas. Just a long distance smile to get you in the Christmas spirit. Isn't that sweet? I thought that was a lovely, lovely thing to write. I really liked it a lot. Son of a gun." And I wrote back to him, "I think I love your movie. I am, after all, a hopeless romantic living in a sometimes cynical world." So it is what it is. You know something? It's kind of fun. First of all, it's so important. Son of a gun. It is so important to interact with other people and to have a life outside of yourself, especially especially when you are alone or going through a time like this, and when you have um when when you're going through a tough time, you need to be taken outside of yourself. As I said, the depression, given the circumstances, is very real. And I'm sorry, Sandy is cracking me up in the background. She said she's training her ex-husband with a dog manual, and come, sit, stay, or stand, or whatever it is. It is really funny. So it's kind of hard to number one, maintain my thought process, and to be able to carry on a conversation. And I have been chastised, I will tell you, by some of my readers and some of my viewers, telling me that yes, the night owls are here, telling me that I don't stay on topic and that it's really frustrating and it's not fun to watch. So it makes it difficult, and I feel terrible about it because to I want so much to have it be a viable option for you. I want you to enjoy it. And I know some of you do enjoy coming here to visit. Um, so, again, my apologies to those who can't follow me. And as I say, for those of you who find the lives unpleasant to watch or difficult to watch, I would say just watch the regular videos, because I'm doing those on a regular basis and will continue to do that as well. Okay, today's update for the makeup. Once again, the Profusion palette. The one, I love purple. I told you that yesterday, I think. I really love it. Oh, thank you so much, Sunny. That's really nice. I know, that's the problem. They're not being able to follow, and it's frustrating for them. So I feel bad. All right, the eye makeup today, it's the Profusion palette I used. I think it's called Temptress. I will show you the palette maybe tomorrow. I am going crazy here. I think it's my friend Linda, who has probably called 12 times. Yep, she's probably called 12 times while I am on here, and I am not going to answer the phone until I get off. I'm just not. It's frustrating. Uh, I was talking to her before, but David got on the phone. She's sleeping. Yeah, no, she's not sleeping now. She probably was sleeping earlier. She does that a lot, but she wants to know the results of my tests. I can certainly appreciate that. I'm just, once again, I'm just happy, happy, happy. Line from It's Complicated, which I've watched 110 times. By the way, those of you who have Sirius radio in the car, throw her some milk. She'll be fine. Yes, I'm going to have to throw Linda some milk. Um, Do any of you listen to Sirius Radio in the car? I am listening to it for two reasons. Number one, I have it as, I guess, they give it to you for 6 months. Yes, they do. They give it to you for 6 months before they start charging you for it. And what I typically do is I put movies on in the car and I listen to them while I'm driving or watch them if I'm sitting waiting for people. So I didn't have any movies in the car and I was listening to the music. I really have. I really have come a long way and I'm grateful for that. So I was listening to Frank Sinatra for a while and then I turned on, they have a station with Broadway music. Oh my God, it was incredible. If you closed your eyes, you would feel as if you were really in theater at a performance. I loved it. I just loved it. I used to go to the theater a lot when I was younger. I mean, I started out as an actor in this lifetime, and I loved theater always. And there was, I felt as if I was back there. It was just great. I really, I never kept Sirius up in my old car. I did for a short time, but then didn't because I was watching or listening to movies all the time. So I never did the Sirius radio. But now that I didn't have the movie in, I think I'm going to listen to these stations a little bit more. I have presets now. I did 40s, 50s, 60s, and yes, yes, it really is nice. Again, my subscription is just what they give you when you first get the car. So Billy Joel, yes, and what else? I had some really nice presets. I also happen to like some country music. So I think I have two different country stations on podcasts. Yeah, that would be interesting also. And I even like listening to the stations, the talk radio stations. So that's kind of fun. So it's a little bit different. Listen to iHeart. Is it about the heart? It was good news, Marla. It was. The scan came out great. And the doctor, when she walked in the room, the first thing she said to me was, the scan looks good. So I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to worry, and it was wonderful. Yeah, talk radio is good. Downtown girl in your head. How much is serious? I have no idea because I didn't get it. I had it as part of my, it came with the car. Oh God, that's Linda on the other phone. Hold on a second. Hi, listen, I was on with David and I still need a few more minutes, so I'll call you back. Bye. Okay, that takes care of that. Um, Go Linda. Yeah. No, I know she wants to know the news, but I should have told her it was good news. I think maybe I had. Maybe I'm being cruel. Maybe I should do it. Oh well. A few more minutes is not going to make a difference. Give her more milk. I think we're going to go a long way with that milk. It's a good thing she tossed it down the stairs. Son of a gun. I actually wound up having cold cereal with milk tonight for dinner because after having the chocolate and the chocolate peanut butter ice cream, I really wasn't terribly hungry. Yeah, Sirius came with the car. I think it's a 6 month trial or something. It's really very smart that they do that. So that I guess they want to get you hooked on it so that you'll take the subscription to it. But I never have before in a car. Well, of course, this time I'm not going to have any money. Chocolate. Absolutely. I had my Lindt chocolate with hazelnut, and it was really funny. $5 a month for, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just, I don't know if it's different in different parts of the country, but I think it's more than that here. But whatever it is, I'll face it when the time comes. But then again, I'd have to have some money coming in at that point. Yes, the chocolate with hazelnut is fantastic. I absolutely love it. When I whipped out the chocolate bar, when I was at the doctor's office, I was sitting there waiting. My neighbor Nikki said to me, "You still have that?" I said, "What do you mean still? It's a new, it's a new one." It was really, really embarrassing. I think I told you yesterday when I went into CVS, they had 7 bars there left with the sale. I bought 6. It was really sick. And that's why I finished one of them today. Well, I already celebrated with my ice cream. I had, it's terrible, a piece of cake. And, but it's really bad. I have got to stop this. It's not good for me. And if in fact my A1C was as good as it looked, I really don't want to foul that up. I I felt guilty, so I left one just in case anybody else wanted it. Also, I guess there was something about that 2 for, so it was 2 for $5, so I bought 6. But it is what it is. By the way, an update on the nails. One of them popped off today, but I was taking the case off the phone and I had to really reach and kind of pull it off. You know how you have to pinch back on it? So I think I flipped the nail off. Oh, yeah, but it's not on this hand. This is actually the good hand. I was showing you the good hand. But yeah, you do get it. Um, okay, I told you which eye makeup I was wearing today. Nothing else new, really. Which reminds me, where did I put my thingy? Did you get it back on? I did. I sent you an answer. Didn't you get it, Sandy? I sent you an answer to that. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yes, that's an incredible looking house. It's amazing. I did not. I did. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? The weather here was absolutely beautiful today. The sun was shining and it was a great day. Oh, the nail. I'm telling you, I was thinking about that person who lost the nail in the dryer. And I kept thinking, we could really collect all of these pop nails and make an interesting look. So 55 degrees, that's nice. Yeah, it was not cold here. It was great. I just I just dread what's coming. I dread it. I really do. My neighbor also asked me while she's away that if I need to um, have the guy come to shovel the snow, I should have him shovel the snow for her as well, and she will pay me for it when she gets back. So um, I have to remember to do that. The foundation you're talking about, mine, I I absolutely love the foundations I use. I use one of a few. I am essentially using Miraness all the time. Well, no, it popped because I pulled the very tight cover off the phone, but they've been good. No problem with being in the water, in the shower, none of that. And yes, I can scratch an itch, and it really get a beautiful fur coat. Too long. Oh yeah, that I'll let you talk about that one. Speaking of furs, I think I told you when I was in Home Goods the other day, when I was in search of chocolate, they had one of these fur type things, but it was whiter with this kind of a pattern. I love the pattern on it, and it was just beautiful. Fortunately for me, they had it way down low where I couldn't reach it, so I couldn't even take a look at it, but it was very attractive. So I'm sure that somebody if they decide to buy that as a Christmas present, that'll be really something for someone. And by the way, take a look. It's still, I mean, the bags are not terrible. They're really not. No, it's not real fur. No, no, no. No, this is faux. Yeah, this is faux. It's warm, it's pretty, it's faux. This is what it looks like. I really love it. I actually, time for bed. The best is yet to come. Yes. Was that Elizabeth Barrett Browning? Robert Browning. Um, Faux, absolutely. I like faux too. I had a wonderful looking faux jacket several years ago. It was quite beautiful, and I guess it must have looked real because somebody drove by. Hold on a second, some housekeeping to do. Okay, done. All right, I'm back. So they opened the car window and shouted some nasty thing about, I have no idea, but he's gone now, and shouted something nasty about wearing the fur and killing poor animals. And I screamed back, the only thing I killed was a Furby. In those days they had Furbies, remember? Furbies. I don't have a moderator. I really need to get a moderator. I keep forgetting to do it, but I definitely have to do it because that is not tolerable. Exactly. And why they come out, I will never get it. I do not understand people's need to impinge on other people's lives and to try to make somebody else miserable in an effort to get some kind of pleasure on some kind of level. So I don't know. It's very weird. Miraness on. I use a lot of their stuff. Oh, sure. Tell me how to do that. Give you a wrench? I'm not quite sure how to do that. Let me know and I'll be happy to do it. Absolutely. Um, what do I like from Miraness? I used to love their mascaras, but I have since found other mascaras I like at least as much or even more. So I don't do the mascaras anymore. They have a BB fill cream that's wonderful. Their foundations I adore. I essentially wear their foundations all the time when I wear foundation. Sometimes I just wear tinted moisturizer, and if I do that, it's Laura Mercier. Uh, Let me think, what else do I love of theirs? Give a notice for the live? Okay, I will do that. I'm not sure exactly what time it's going to be, but I'll do it much, much earlier. As I say, it was my intention to do that today, but life got in the way. So let's see, what else do I love of Miraness? I have some lipstick of theirs that I like. I have both lip liner and eyeliner that I like a lot. Oh, the BB translucent powder. I adore it. That's my favorite. What else from Miraness? I have used other things that I have since stopped using. Not because they weren't good, but I found other alternatives that worked for me. So I think I always contour. Always, always contour. Yes. They came out with new lipsticks. They have nice lipsticks and they have some nice lip crayons. I have a few of their lip crayons. They have some very nice mascara. There is no question about that. They have them as, I forgot what they call it. It's like a 3-step thing, mascara. I'll let you know when I take a look at it. I have it upstairs. So yeah, their stuff is just really good. And but the actual foundation, it does not settle in any lines. It doesn't crack. It doesn't get patchy. Doesn't matter how long I have it on, it really, aw. You have a good night too, Sheila. It was great talking to you. Take care. Um, what else? I actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to get off pretty soon too. We're gonna be coming up on an hour well, it's 50 minutes. It's a long time. All right, why don't I end it now? Because I really want to get some of my stuff done tonight to get ready so that tomorrow morning, if I have to meet him at 10:30, that means I need time to put my makeup on. I may or may not put on a wig. I should, and I need time to get there. So I should get up a little bit. The color Mink by Anastasia for contour. That sounds good. For contour, I use the Hoola, typically. I also like the butter bronzer, and I will definitely tell you tomorrow about the date. Okay, take care, everybody. You all have a good night, and I will see you at some point tomorrow. I'll try to give you some notice about it. Okay? Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.